Hello guys, and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero, where we're just gonna experience something. I don't know what it is going to be, I don't know what it's gonna be about, but we're gonna experience it, I'm gonna say. That's all I can say on my prediction. But I'm very intrigued, and let's just go. Let's see what we get. So I assume this section will just be short. Yes, limits and demonstrations. Okay, we've got 3 people. Maybe we'll meet them later. Limits and demonstrations. A Lula Chamberlain retrospective. Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years. This retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact. From the intimate warmth of vertex texture fetch to the infamous visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Okay, so these big. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they describe the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of her itinerant home life, and the beginning and end of her distinguished career, the works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewer and exhibitor. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? Let's electric drone and spilling coin. Spinning coin suspended, corrected for angular motion. 1976. Found materials. Okay. Oh, these are Emily Benn and the other one. Bo? I don't know. What a lonely image. The image on the screen or the whole thing? Yeah, the whole thing. The microfilm reader, the flickering coin. Yeah, kind of anxious, right? I feel like we startled it, and now there's this uncomfortable pause. I feel really drawn to it. Yeah. It just makes me nervous. Oh, the noise is better. Static through the TV, okay? Vertex texture fetch. Tree, television, and suspended cathode ray tube. 1968. Found materials. Nice plant. Bob, this seems like your kind of thing. Oh yeah, I love this one. So domestic. That's so weird. Guess I'm just really into weird domestic these days. Okay. Rustling paper and indistinct voices. Okay. Again, like... Wait, it looks like something. Looked like some sort of cat to me, briefly. I'm sure that's wrong, but... Let's see. Visage. 1984, unknown media. That is really weird. I mean, I've seen this, like, multiple fans pointing to one location and having, you know, like, light cloth or something like spinning in between it. It's kind of cool. It's very fun to keep watching while you're on a lunch break. Saw that in a couple of museums over the years. Well, actually, maybe it was just one museum. I'm trying to think where it was. Was it Stockholm? Might have been Stockholm. Yeah, go Stockholm. But it was fun. I find it profoundly moving. What do you think, Bob? Slice of visage to build a visage, a puzzle to its owner. What? It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. Does she like weird poems? Yeah, she likes weird poems. I think it's lovely. Kind of reminds me, like, if this is an ear and this is an ear, kind of like there's a face or some sort of big nose sticking out. I'm not sure. Probably making it up. And I assume this is the final corner, I guess. Oh, they just walk over, huh? Overdubbed Nam June Pike installation in the style of Edward Packer, 1965, 73 and 80. Magnetic tape, handheld tape, playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Oh, I read about this one. It's interactive. Yeah, what's it about? It's an installation by a different artist, made of audio tape, and then she took it and recorded over all of the tape with her own sounds. You can listen to it by running this tape playback head around on it. Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. Bob drags the playback head along the tape. A woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punched cards on the floor. This jittery noise in the background and this like vibrating a little, or just a little bit of static on it, very unnerving somehow. A synthetic voice recording spliced awkwardly into the tape lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Activate computer. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. So loud, I love it. I'm now holding 2 punched cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note. Caves. The other is blank. To insert caves card, move to 1 point to insert blank card. Well, if he says caves, let's go with caves. We're on a dirt trail in the park, or, well, it's not really a trail. Donald, it's a trail. It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. I'm not sure I hear the walking sound so much, a little bit. Now we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate 65. Yeah, exactly, like that's the only choice. Yeah, that's the end of that one. So 65 degrees, 4 inches. That's the last trip. So everything's here now, down here now. The final resting place. Don't be so morbid. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, remember. It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape. And then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow. And then? Who knows? I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here is a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show, and Then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use a tumbler to store extra pens on my desk. So I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. Maybe go back a bit? Maybe we missed something? Really? We've gone so far. Is there anything else we can do? No, that's the end of the tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the bottom here. Is it cheating to skip over there? Yeah, let's skip. Just see what else is on there. How different it can be. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. That's the last strip, so everything's down here now, so that part is the same. The final resting place, yes. Yes, that's the same. So we can do regret. It's late morning now. I'm sitting at my desk on my lunch break. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape. Yes, still 15 years. So the story is different. The first time I moved to Mexico, I stayed there for 3 years and I had no contact with either Joseph or Donald in the whole time. They each thought I'd done it to spite them. Maybe I had in part. But I don't think they ever appreciated the community I had in Mexico. Anyway, when I came back, I didn't call them or visit the university. I ran into Donald completely by chance at a hardware store. He asked me why I hadn't called, and I told him it hadn't occurred to me. So, yeah, that is regret. Just let it out while I eat instead of drive. Okay. Well, I guess we should stop then. Do you feel done? I don't. Sure. Actually, let's go back a bit then. Anything else we can do? Because there's a really long one at the top. It won't tell us all. Think of our work, our research. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper, that's all. They'll never find us. Did you hear their voices? They're not. They'll find you. But not me. I'm going back to the surface. So Joseph wants to get up, huh? Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damned cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down to zero. You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice for the machine. Lula, it only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damned machine does with it. Oh. So is that the same cave? God, that's loud. There's nothing else we can do with this, right? No, it doesn't seem like it. How very confusing. Again, I have no clue what's going on. And I like it somehow. don't ask me how or why, but... Basement puzzle number 2. Artist, Sunset and Horse. 1976. Plaster and wire. What do you mean puzzle? Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can solve? They must be symbols. Artist, sunset, horse. It's an anagram or like a code? Or it's a misdirection. Maybe it's a puzzle, but that's no right answer. That is kind of sad. Okay, maybe this later gets more meaning. I think for now we can exit. There's an exit over here. What's the camera? Pans more? Yes. I'd like to exit now, please. Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. I mean, we looked at everything, right? Yeah, the show is exhausting. It's pretty tiring with all of this noise and weirdness. Alright. I like how it crosses it out, like, hey, you did this. Okay, Act 2. Am I ready? I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you. So on the letter, attention, Lula Chamberlain, regarding your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Thrust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applicants this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably, we couldn't award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your opt zvd Robert. Folds the letter and puts it in her handbag. She keeps it. Okay, she opens a folder of writing paper on her desk. Proposals, like writing paper. Yeah, dearest Robert, thank you for your kind note. Though it has been many years since my name appeared in a gallery program, except as an occasional dusty curiosity in a group show or as the impertinent subject of some misguided retrospective, I continue to... something, gratitude, yours in situ, Lula. Our boss is like overlooking us as we do this. Rick clears his throat. Busy? How are you, Rick? I shouldn't complain. So, did you get my note? About office party? I'm going stag. Oh, yeah, that's... I didn't mean... hey, I'm probably not going anyway. Lots to do, you know. A lot of new drafts, so... So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry, I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Act 2, Scene 1. What, Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. I'm so confused, so lost and loving it. It's so weird. Alright. Back with Shannon and Blue. Let's talk to Blue. Get a good rest in the truck. Yeah, I know you love a drive. Yeah, the wind in your ears. Yeah, I saw you back there, Blue. Well, let's talk to Shannon, I guess. Didn't we just pass this place? I don't think the Zero operates like the roads we're used to. I don't understand it either. So what is this place? It sure doesn't look like a cathedral to me. Looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? Both. Ha, Okay, very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. So, what about this barrier? End of the line? Maybe it's still under construction? Well, work seems to have stopped for the moment. What's ticking so much? It's just these lights, left, right. It's loud. Oh, just us meeting Lula? Or what Lula will, you know... We've seen what she will create later. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. Wanna settle a bet? I'm actually pretty busy, but sure. What's up? Can you be both inside and outside at the same time? Wow, okay. Is that like a philosophy thing? Or are you just lost? Yeah, it's a bit philosophical. Huh, okay. I wouldn't say you're dressed like a philosopher. I wouldn't say so either. Just a hobby then, I get it. I take care of the heating and cooling here and watch the front desk, but at home, I do watercolors. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, but you don't really look like one of them boys from the distillery anyway. What do the boys from the distillery look like? What are you celebrating? Oh, the less I understand the better. When I'm here, I keep the fans turning and the furnace hot and listen for the bell. When I get home, I'm a different person. I don't have to think about it. I just paint. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. Expect you just mean to be passing through. Actually, yeah. We're just looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood. Nope. You're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first we've got to get you in the system or you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts all afternoon and wanders out on the side. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area. Or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? I guess we'll just have a look around then. The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. Didn't realize these were TVs, honestly. Television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest. A scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm but precariously fragile. Television is playing an instructional video on elevator design. It is crucial to maintain proper lighting in an elevator. In the absence of sight, passengers' sense of motion is greatly enhanced. Passengers should never feel as though they're physically ascending or descending. The elevator should create the illusion that the building is flat. This is the mark of successful elevator design. Okay. Underground river flowing, okay. And someone's fishing, seemingly. The television is playing a silent video of an empty theater. A microphone sits in the middle of the stage. The lights are slightly dimmed. The speakers hum, impatient. It's loud here. The television is playing a closed-circuit security feed of a housing project. The feed switches mechanically between locations: a hallway, a disused plot of grass, a stairwell, and mailbox. Well, I guess we'll go back to the front desk. If you could just please stop this clicking, that'd be great. Can we actually just walk over here for any useful reason? Oh, we could just sit down, yeah. 3 books are piled on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. Pick up the envelope. Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Okay. I don't know what to say about that. Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient. You never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor, reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back on the left there, 5th floor. Somehow to me it looks like we should be able to walk like in between here on the back of this. But okay, it is what it is. Oh, this is literally them. Doesn't look like 5 floors up, but okay. Cheerful tinny elevator music, yeah. She's on the 5th floor, right? Conway scans a column of elevator buttons. Bears. I'm gonna say 1st floor, because she's right up there. Clerk's offices. Hello? Are you lost? Very much so, yes. No, we're looking for Lula Chamberlain. Oh no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first, so we don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Do I want to do that? Or do I just want to go up now? I guess we'll talk to Metstein. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Which one of you is Lula Chamberlain? Oh, sure, that's her in the cardigan. It's really not 5th floor anyway, but having fun in the paperclip labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. Did she ask how we're doing? I'm fine. No, you're not. How stoic, or is it romantic? Are you a suffering artist? I'm no artist. Good for you. It's a tedious pursuit, rewarded by an arsenal of useless skills and a touch of arthritis. Dr. Truman says my joints are eroding one another, but they've been collaborating for decades. It's only natural they want to kill each other now. Well, enough about my hateful wrists and ankles. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? This was years ago, a grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog, I drank whiskey and beer, and made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the 0? Let's say, yeah. Or Shannon says, my cousin Weaver sent us this way. Your cousin Weaver? Weaver Marquez? I hadn't expected to hear from her again. Do you know her? She came through here as an intern. One of my old colleagues must have referred her. Do you know? I never asked. Anyway, there's not much challenging work from here. Much less for a gifted mathematician. She helped translate some notes on architectural plans I picked up in Mexico. She was very bored. We used to sit on the steps by the river on our lunch break and talk about geometry. I hope she wasn't in trouble. I lost touch with her so suddenly. I'd recommend that she go see some old friends of mine at the university about a new acoustic surveying venture. I often worry she became wrapped up in some tenured professor's quixotic research project. You know the type, grey-haired, intellectual, narcissistic. Well, that is... I guess she sent you here because she respected me. Thought I could help. Weaver's a dear girl, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. But where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one? No, it's not possible. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we've have these databases and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collision, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large-Leaved Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive. Or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. Well, do you have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in Archives and Records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under 0 for autonyms, probably. Or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Great, that helps. What strange business. Yes, go in please. Archives and Records, so 4th floor. This time I feel like just actually going to the 4th floor and not visiting bears. Yeah, it is bears. And now I feel like we need to go visit the bears. Well, this looks like a fun room. Documents, okay. Damn, this place is a mess, okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. Small logbook has a small leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Page 1. Several documents relating to sport competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. I guess inside front cover? Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, and F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution. Oh boy. Well, since we can go for page 14, I want to know what's there. Single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Okay. Well, inside back cover. Failing antique shops. Folder missing? Listed checked in on page 63, but not present. Okay, so someone was looking for that. Okay. So page 63. Failing Antique Shops, Monday, 3 p.m. Signee Ed Bohm. Okay, who's Ed? And why is he looking for failed antique shops? Okay, put the logbook away. Nothing? Me neither. Half of these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Maybe that clerk's knows somewhere else we can look. Well, there was like storage or something, right? Okay, her office is down on the first floor. Yeah. Diagrams and drafts? No. I just have to. Have to go see what happens if we go down to the bare floor. It's all fine. Just gonna look at you. I have one out here on the balcony. Oh, I had to see what happened. Your heart rate goes up. First floor, yes, let's do that. I wonder if we can ask something about this failing antique books, because we're failing antique stores. Book checked out by Ed, whoever Ed is. Hi Lula, we're back. No, we can't. Okay, now we can. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago, can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's why you'll find the street name records, I expect, at the church. Marianne at the reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs. And I know he works at night. His home office is in the small neighborhood on the east side of Bowling Green. Okay, small neighborhood, east side, Bowling Green. Okay, here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. Okay, let's go see the doctor. Lobby. Very methodical pace to this now. Again, we leave the car running. I really don't know why. Yeah, we don't walk so well. Ask Marianne for directions, right? We look like a zombie. Get what you need? Lula said you could direct us to the church? Oh, sure, the old storage lot. Just get back on the 0 and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. Okay. I don't know what to make of that. Hey puppy, where's your hat? No hat. No fish was caught in the meantime either. It seems like this heartbeat kind of noise seems to be when we just walk a bunch. I think. They head back into the night. The jaws. Okay. The bat wings. The cactus. Wait, didn't we small neighborhood on the east? A lightning bolt? No. There's the green fields? Green wood? Sandwich? What an entirely perplexing game. The icosahedron? Cathode ray. The bottle. I'm just holding the button down now. That's actually easier. TV. No need to randomly just click. C note. Pipe organ. The crystal. Okay. The crystal and then a little bit back is what it said, but I want to actually... But where's my green wood, green field? The crystal. The pipe organ? I mean, can we just... 8192? Oh, why is there... Can we just go sleep here on the road? I'm a little confused. Self-storage, okay. So we took a turn. I assume this is just... Yeah, this is back to the crystal. Right, okay. So, well, we took this turn. So I guess there's no indication... In, out, bones, maintenance record, tram 5? Why do we have this? In, out, bones, boats, okay. Didn't realize we could go through our items. Really didn't realize. The Bureau of Secret Tourism. Esoteric excursions for the intrepid and curious. All directions start from the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Okay, river tunnels. Series of arterials excavated by runoff from the underground river, which long ago evaporated. Now the tangled mess of marooned echoes. Reach the feather, okay. The birdhouse. Dymaxion Gallery. Mineral Springs. Meditation tunnels. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my phone. Need to know what's happening. So I do need to actually read it, unfortunately. The Deep Valley. Okay. Happy hitchhiking. 270-301-5797. Okay. Boy, quiet is good. Act 2, Scene 2. St. Thomas Church. So it's just going to be a warehouse, right? Well, let's talk to Shannon. Is that it over there? I don't see any congregation. Maybe it's after hours. Let's see what the janitor knows, I guess. Oh, here for the night mass? What kind of mass is it? Tonight it's a homily on work and mead. Huh, I haven't heard this one before. Where's the congregation? I guess this must look pretty strange, a church without a congregation. When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. That's a lot, yes. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and they just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes. Same with the organist, and I found some old acetates in the bureau archives, photos of people in churches, so I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? We've all got a job, I guess. Work is play for mortal stakes. That's the title of the evening homily, in fact. So I guess if you folks aren't here for the mass, you must be looking for the old bureau records. I moved them down to unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building, same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady. Well, I'd better get this running. Presses play on an old tape machine. Is your whole family Catholic? Like, it's well, I guess, kind of fair assumption, but is your whole family Catholic? Oh no, we're not religious. I just watched and listened while the congregation did all this stuff, and I probably don't understand as much of it as you might think. Anyway, I know how to run the overhead projector and the tape player. At least I know enough to keep it going, right? How do you like working here? It's okay, I don't really know what else I would do. I used to play a lot of card games, in high school. Some of my friends went to college, but most of them just got jobs. Maybe in a few years we'll be hanging out in bars, playing darts or something. You're not allowed to play cards in the bar, but because it looks like gambling. I guess there's no reason to complain about the leg to the guy. So just listen. Beyond the church, this day is celebrated in remembrance of a violent protest in Chicago, and to honor the 4 martyrs who were unjustly persecuted in its wake, having not only pursued their vocation in their daily labor, but also having pursued their avocation in the form of protest, activism, community building, radicalization, scholarship, and finally martyrdom. Their and our avocation being, as it should be for all of us, for us all, as members of the church or otherwise, to secure for our fellow workers the right to labor with dignity. So this is like a hobby. If you ask me what my hobbies were, I'd say card games, science fiction, and perspective geometry. But I run the slideshow, and I play the tapes, and I don't get paid for it. I take it pretty seriously, but nobody's telling me I should. Is that a hobby? Seems like there ought to be a more serious word for it. Okay, that's it. Next time. Next, there are some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, I don't think. And I don't remember them anyway. Aye, got it. We were just talking about work and hobbies. What? I found what we came to get. The file on street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out, and then maybe we should go see the doctor the clerk recommended. Yeah, we should. A strange, strange place. Okay, well, bye Brendan. Nice talking to you. Back to the crazy wheel thing in space. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck again? I'm okay? I've got you. You're alright. Shit, your leg is pinned. I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? This is what we went through before. It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. Damn, don't worry, I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. That kind of tram, I see. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Hey old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know, he collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. Can we listen to another sermon? No. I think I need to see that doctor. Yes, you do. She hands Brandon the doctor's card. How do you get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, here and there. The bureau is the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came. Find the crystal and then turn around. Let's do that. Find the crystal this way. And turn around. So did we do it now? Yes, we did. Pipe organ. Staircase. Projector. Did we get a note? Find the crystal and then turn around. Well. Also, we went the wrong way, I know. I realized this. The bell. I'm sure there are like other... We just stand here. I assumed like a side path, I guess, sorta, would open up, but seemingly not with everyone. Yeah, not with everyone. Okay. The sprocket. Okay. Anchor. Bicycle? These are new, no? Or at least a couple of these seem new. The feather. Wasn't there something about the feather? No, I want the feather, not the lightning bolt. Maybe because I'm going the other direction now somehow. The wheelbarrow. It's different. The antlers? It was green wood or something, right? Unless we find the office, I'm also okay with that, I guess. Okay, so just checking. If we keep going here, we will find the crystal again. Yes, okay. What? Okay, well, apparently we need to go through all of this again. I'm sorry, I also don't know what's happening. Realistically. It is a cool look, this entire, like, mesh, I guess. It's very trippy. Okay, well, we must be getting close, right? Yes, finally. Okay, I clicked and it worked. Scene 3, great. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Yes, we were here before. Don't tell me it's going to be all different now. Hello, Marianne. We're back. Back so soon. Interstate 65. We'll have filed your papers, so you're in our system now. I can process you whenever you're ready to go back. Just let me know. Yeah, we're ready to be processed, I guess. Chance, the receptionist Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Of course, this is in our neighborhood just outside of the Bowling Green. Get on the 65 going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. Happy to help. Okay. I expected to be back, you know, where we were. So we're supposed to be going southwest. Okay, observatory before the river. I expected to have the other view again, but okay. I guess we can theoretically... This will be the river. Go to the observatory. And then what did it say? Continue north, you'll be there shortly. Yeah, that's kind of what I... Dr. Truman's house? Question mark. The neighborhood at the address on Lula's card has been demolished. In its place is a large museum, still partially under construction. Well, then let's go to the museum building. Scene 4. Well, scene 3 sure is quick. I guess it gives you a chance to go back to the gas station and talk to Joseph? Is that what it was kind of like hinting at to do? Thunderstorm. Talk to Blue, but instead Thomas. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. Doesn't seem that weird. I didn't see the guy. Tall, kind of stooped over, limping bad, looked like an old drunk if you ask me. I bet they were both drunks, breaking in here looking for a place to sleep it off. I just feel bad for the old dog getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere, but that's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't seem to stay long anyway. Why is this... Okay. Flora. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. What were you doing up that late? Mom lets me stay up late all the time. She said it's okay. I was just looking for frogs. You should be careful with frogs. They'll give you warts. I don't care. I want warts. I think they're beautiful. Besides, that's not true anyway. Strange. Everything. Fred, I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. They definitely weren't from the power company. Well, I wouldn't complain if they were, really, with that storm going on. I know they have to do their business. It doesn't affect me. I've got my generator. But you know, some of these folks around here, unprepared. Totally unprepared. I just want this text to go away so I can see. This means like grab an umbrella. aka go outside, I think. It's very strange that some people are they are looking at us and then they recorded a conversation that they had about us. Feels like there's nothing else to do. Better. Maybe I have to wait for the camera to start or stop panning. Okay, we can read the plaque. I guess they must have gone through some papers here. It was in some disarray and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I only noticed cause Diane is such a stickler. She's real organized, I mean. Was anything missing? Nope. They pulled out a list of the folks who didn't take the offer. Folks who moved elsewhere, but they filed it back, out of order. So I guess they didn't find what they were looking for there. Hey, while I have you here, work's kinda slowed down, and it seems like I know you folks know what you're doing, but it seems like the residents are just kinda settling in. That's the idea. Yeah, I get that. Just how about that roof, huh? You just write us a check and we'll finish it right up. I know you've got this museum thing going on, but you don't want to be slumlords now. I don't even know why there's this giant museum building and then, you know, it's like tents and caravans and everything and railroad tracks and wagons. Yeah, they came by and knocked on the window and we had a bit of a talk through the glass. I would have come out, but, you know, shady characters. What did you talk about? They were asking about Dr. Truman, and I told them what all I know about that, which is not very much. Well, what do you know about Dr. Truman? I told him he moved in here with the rest of us when you folks bought up the neighborhood, and then one day his house was gone. That's all I know about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Okay, so Dr. Truman is here somewhere. Supposedly. In a train wagon or what? This is also someone's house. I heard them banging around out there and I just stayed quiet. I don't know what they wanted. I just put my headphones on and tried to ignore them, to tell you the truth. Can we go over to the train wagon? No, not really. Also can't go further up here. No, it doesn't let you. Maybe down then? Maybe in the tent? Don't trip. Oh, there's someone there. I assume that'll be him then. Or her, actually. Sadie. You know, at first I thought it might be the Hudson walking up to visit. I'd heard him working on his boat just a bit earlier before the storm started. But then I saw the stranger's limping gait and a young woman with him, and I knew it couldn't be. I invited them in for a glass of bourbon, but they politely declined, so I just talked to them on the porch for a bit. Again, well, maybe we don't do the what did you talk about, because maybe whoever is interrogating these people, let's also just ignore what's going on here. What is the young woman like? She was very sharp and mechanically minded. We talked a bit about the construction of my house. She was worried for her friend. Do you know, I don't believe either of them had ever set foot on a houseboat before. I guess with the barrels under. I don't know that the older man had ever seen an ocean, in fact. It has always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer and moved in here. It isn't perfect, but what home ever is. I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Well, if we have another storm like the last one. Walker. They were hollering at that empty tent you folks have on display. Ha! Hey, if you ever need anyone to stay in there, I've been in worse positions. Okay. So, some benches down here. Not much else. Maybe on this side then, once the camera pans over. Empty birdcage. The moment I now recall most clearly from the short visit was the birdcage exhibit. The old man stopped to rest, or maybe to think. The young woman had been anxious up to that point, but she stopped as well and examined the birdcage more closely. It seemed to elicit a tenderness from her. She ran one fingernail along the bars of the wire cage, marking out a tuneless scale, like a child's xylophone. And then they moved on. A chicken coop? Or bunny coop? I don't know if it's a bunny coop, I don't know. You could be a doctor. I don't know what you call it if it's a bunny enclosure. Hi, sir. Do I have to walk over to the plaque to be able to interact with you? Yes. Okay. Walker. Sure, I talked to them for a bit. Actually, we talked for a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep in a storm like that. I never could. Did you see how they get in? They came right in through the front door. It wasn't locked. Your security here is kind of shitty. I wasn't going to say it, but it's a work in progress. Hey, it doesn't bother me. I don't think it really bothers anyone. A locked door in your neighborhood is a pretty weird idea anyway. I'd like to see a bit more work done on that roof though. There was a steady stream running down the back wall and right through my this little exhibit thing. Anyway, it was just going like a river all night. It's a damn hazard. We've got wires everywhere. Don't you people have anyone to look at this kind of stuff? Okay, so that's Walker. Guess we'll look at the enclosure. We ought to get some real chickens in that coop. Do some homesteading. None of these folks know how to live with the land, you know what I mean? It's just to display another kind of dwelling. Yeah, no offense against you guys. I mean, I appreciate what you've done for all of us. So a dog house, and then this type of dwelling, and then I guess a church. Or a big barn. I think you need to get some real horses in the stable. Yeah, the stable, I see. Did strangers go in the stable? Oh, do you like horses? Not anymore. Now I like jungle cats. You should get some real panthers in the stable. Okay. And a dog. That dog was in nearly as bad shape as the old man, just sort of shrugging along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit. That seemed to cheer them up a bit. Good. Now let's try and get over to this barn. We can't. It's so dark in here. Yeah, I think I need to go see this one. That's the only one I think I've not interacted with at this point. I was playing in, and that one actually. I was playing in that empty cabin and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Where did Dr. Truman go? It's a secret. Ezra told me, and I can't tell anyone else. Who's Ezra? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother, Julian. First they're going to help us, but I can't say any more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. You want to hear a weird story? Of course I do. The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived there, so he went inside. He took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me all about it. What did he find in the cabin? They went upstairs, and he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do? What does the dog like? What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. You could see the museum better than when he was downstairs. You could tell how it was all put together. And the cabin too. You could see the shape of it better from up there. Now, the part that is weird. He said he went into the basement. That cabin doesn't have a basement. He dug through the ground. No, not likely. He found a staircase in the closet. And then he found a rope leading down a long pit and he climbed down. No. Then he found a rope leading down a long pit and he climbed down. Yeah. The walls were covered in a glowing moss. He used the light of the moss to find a lake at the bottom of the pit. Yes, totally. This is... Okay. The water swept him around until he didn't know where he was. Fell asleep in the water? No. He was a good swimmer, so he found his way back to the cabin. So then he came back out of the cabin and we said goodbye and I didn't talk to them anymore. Really? That's it? I figured there would be some sort of follow-up about that. But okay. I guess we go outside? Can we even? Again, I think I interacted with all the buildings at this point. I feel we need to talk to this kid more because there's something about Ezra there, right? So is there some place where water is really pouring down? Because we have an umbrella. It was at the exhibits here where, what, Thomas was? I believe it was Thomas. Like he said that, right? But there was just a stream of water. Or not. Oh, there's more. Really, we can go up? Well, I guess we go up. Waiting for blue. Are we gonna climb the framework or something? What's happening? I assume Shannon will just... Ah, she has her own umbrella. Okay, good. So Ivy is saying they wouldn't come in, just rushing around. You could tell they were warned and it was late at night, but just rushing around. What's with the giant bird? Well, there was some urgency to the older man's injuries, so it's understandable. How was he injured? His leg. It was twisted or something. He held it while he walked and made these painful little sounds in his throat. Oh, how? I don't know. I didn't ask. It would have been rude, I think. Well, we just don't know. I suppose we never will. Okay, I can officially say I've never played anything like this. Pearl. I heard a shout from downstairs. The old man had stumbled in the rain. I stayed inside with the lights off. There's no sense in my getting involved. Why are they all so afraid? Do they just have like a bad aura or something? Birds. I didn't see or hear a thing all night. I was in the back doing inventory when they came by. I got 30 cases of candles in, and each one of those has got to be individually labeled, you know. But I heard from some of the other neighbors that they weren't up to any harm, just passing through. I thought this whole finding the... No, that's Ezra. Okay, that's good. I thought finding the doctor would be just like, you know, you drive up to his location and walk inside the building and talk to him. No, it's a little more difficult. I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is that? We've got a couple of them at the shop, but this is the only one that runs. Oh yeah, with a truck we've got to keep it up. That's why me and Julian don't use a truck, we just carry the houses. That sounds very impressive. Yeah, it's a big job. Me and Julian take them out to the forest every night, and then we bring them back at dawn, before the museum opens. Why do you take them to the forest? This museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this. Or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we take them out to the forest to sleep, and bring them back in the morning. And Dr. Truman's in the forest already? Yes, ma'am. He's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago, and he didn't want to come back. He lives there all the time now. Can you tell us how to get there? You have to follow the Green River way out east, and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. But me and Julian can take you. We were just about to go anyway, and I'm gonna assume that Julian is a giant bird. I've just got to call him over. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Imagine it for yourself. Why does this feel like we are just quite literally just gonna find the doctor and that's the end of Act 2 or something? I didn't realize I was in control. I thought it was doing it for me. What did it say? Follow the Green River way out east. Okay, then I'm going in the wrong direction. This must be this river, right? There's a diner. All-night diner by the side of the road. Lights are off. The Barren River, yes. To the other side of the lake. There are no roads, so I assume it would be like here. Okay, this is real far, you guys. Cumberland River, okay. Doesn't say whether to go north or south from Cumberland, does it? And hop over Lake Cumberland. Okay, so I guess this is Cumberland Lake. There's a swamp. Or From a distance from the air, it first looks like a swamp. Vines have grown over the street lamps. Flower bushes obscure the streets. A few of the houses have slipped partially into the ground, foundations cracked by underground roots. Well, we need to get to the other side of this. My mind is open for anything to happen at this point, but this looks like a destination. Yes, the forest. Act 2, Scene 5? Okay. A forest, yes. Cicadas and nocturnal birds are singing. Okay. Where's Shannon now? Oh, it's Ben. Ah, we're the kid now. I see. I guess we talk to them. It's okay, just take it easy. I'll just close my eyes. I don't think that's a good idea. Just take some strain off your leg for a minute and then we'll keep going. Why is this delivery so important to you? It's my last delivery. Oh, you're retiring or something? Or... sorry. I'm not sure she's closing the shop. Is she? I mean, we know kinda not much about her. I'm just not as tough as I used to be. Well, just rest up for a minute. I bet you're still plenty tough. Oh, talk to Blue. How'd you come to be with these people? Nah, I know. You probably met them on a farm or something. I bet the old lady fixed tractors. Kind of shows them like moving around a bit through time, I guess. Shouldn't be much further now. I think I see where the settlement ends over there. Fine looking trees. This forest is full of shadows. The moonlight helps. Closer to the cities, you don't get moonlight like this. It all gets washed out. Light pollution, you know? I guess it's still there. You just can't see it. How are you feeling? I just need to rest. We're almost there. Dr. Truman will have a nice couch or something you can rest on and some medicine or something. I don't know. Have you ever been over to the lake? I went there once with my folks. I got in trouble for swimming too far. That does sound like a kid thing to do. These are all the buildings, yeah. Or all the dwellings. Do you have any family you're close with? Brother or sister? Kids? I have a brother, but I wouldn't say we're close. What does he do? Kind of banker, kind of jerk sometimes. Yeah, I know the type. You never talk to him? He's too good for me, I guess. I doubt that. I guess I was always closest with Weaver, as close as someone can be with a girl like that. She was always on her own wavelength, but we were the same age growing up and everyone else was just so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry and I guess I just stayed that way. I never really understood her, but I knew her. It's lonely without someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. And we need to talk to Blue? I bet you come from a big family of dogs. Well, I have a pretty good sized family too, I guess. I guess we'll see the rest of them pretty soon. He's inside with Dr. Truman. Okay. Where have you been? We lost sight of you for a minute. Yep, it's easy to get lost, especially out in the woods like this. I never really get lost though. I just look for Julian. He's always around. My folks had a really nice house, bigger than any of these houses, but it made them worried all the time. Then the bank took it back. We had to sleep at the bus station, but I couldn't ever get to sleep, so I just went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really far. We never got lost. But when we came back in the morning, they were all gone. They just left you? I don't think so. All their stuff is still there. Maybe they just got lost somewhere. Let's go see what's on TV. What absolutely strange, fascinating characters. And yeah, I think during that exit interview is when I really realized how badly they had me. But how else can you pay for medical school? I have college friends with debt that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning to sell painkillers on the side or something. Or, you know, some kind of administrative thing. I don't know. Having seen what arthritis did to my grandmother and my best friend in high school destroy his wrists building synthesizers, I mean, he was like 17. Ailments of the joints and limbs just seem important to me. I hope that answers your question. Getting a scholarship with that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached, but at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow their market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on the medical use of Neuropnol TM. Trademark. It's not so bad. So, how about that leg? What happened exactly? It was crushed by falling rocks. Crushing injury. Yeah, those can be pretty bad. Everything gets all compressed and there are a lot of little pieces to, you know what, never mind. Let's take a look. How bad could it be, right? The Bedquilt Ramblers play My Long Journey Home. What are they singing about? Singing about hard times, usually. Yeah, everybody had it pretty rough right now. Even if you just want to go home, you'll have problems. Like it'll be too dark and you'll get scared. It's hard sometimes, but things have a way of working out. Dr. Truman's going to help your friend. He'll be okay. Of course he'll be okay. But it's nothing we can't handle. You might have a few things to look out for in the future. Be a bit gentler with the leg or the way you walk, but you'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before. So, the anesthetic we'll use is called Neuropnol. It's pretty experimental, but it's more appropriate in cases like yours. The way it works is, I'll count backwards from 5 to start the process, and then we'll just have a normal conversation as the Neuropnol takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's talk about billing for a moment. The pharmaceutical company I'm contracted with was recently acquired by an energy company that has some different standards for billing and revenue, so it's a bit complex now. That was just beautifully done. I didn't want to say anything or interrupt that artistic fading out. I have no idea what's been going on, but it's fantastic. Told you, like, we're not gonna do more, we're just gonna find the dock. That's exactly what we did. Alright, I'm super excited. Let me know what you guys think, like if you played it, and if you're gonna say something. Please, without any real spoilers, even though I, at this point, don't know if any spoilers could even be relevant in something like this, because I don't know. I have no idea how any of this is going to work out, or like have a coherent story which somehow loops back to itself or something. But let me know if your experience was wildly different, or if it's better or worse. I'm just very, very curious about it. But I don't want to go starting to read about it until I've gone through it. It seems to be that kind of game, right? You don't want to start and accidentally read something you don't want to know. Absolutely fascinating. So if you like that, please give the video a thumbs up. Helps others to find it. And feel free to subscribe if you're not. And if you are, please hit the bell icon so you'll actually get notifications on when videos go up every Wednesday and Saturday. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed that nearly as much as me. I'm super stoked. I want to see what's going to happen, because it's all for now seemingly so random, yet super lightly together and linked. I'm just fascinating. I'm just completely fascinated by it. Like I just need to know what's going to happen. Very, very intrigued. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And see you guys next time. See you, dudes.